Check 1, 2. Hello, everyone. We're going to be starting very shortly. So if you can kindly make your way to the seats in front, and we'll get started just in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So we are going to get started now. If you can, again, kindly make your way to the front. We have seats in the front. Yeah, hello, everyone. I'm sure perhaps you can hear me now. We are going to get started right away. If you can kindly make your way to the front, and we'll start the formal program. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sunil, summarize the audio, everything good to go? Everything good to go on your side? Okay. Let me know. I'm ready now. Yeah. You're live. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. My name is Sanwan Basharat, and I'm delighted to be moderating today's event. On behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at Ottawa, I welcome you all to the annual Islamic Heritage Month exhibition at City Hall. Thank you for taking your time on this very busy Friday evening from your many commitments for joining us today. Today, we are deeply grateful that as a Muslim organization, we are able to hold this event on the traditional and unceded territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation. We acknowledge them as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. Now, this being an Islamic event, as a tradition, we will begin the formal program with a recitation from the Holy Quran. So I kindly request Imam Luqman Ahmed to come and recite a portion of the Holy Quran along with its English and French translations.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you. The Holy Quran is the founding text of the religion of Islam, and it is thus respected and revered by Muslims all around the world. As Muslims, we believe that the Holy Quran is a revelation from God that was given to the founder of Islam, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I will be presenting before you a few verses from chapter number 49 of the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا تعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. Traduction française. Au nom d'Allah, le gracieux, le miséricordieux. Assurément, tous les croyants sont frères. Faites donc la paix entre vos frères et craignez Allah pour que la miséricorde vous soit accordée. Ô vous qui croyez qu'un peuple ne raille pas un autre peuple qui pourrait bien valoir mieux que lui, et que les femmes ne se moquent pas d'autres femmes qui pourraient bien être meilleures qu'elles. Et ne vous défamez pas les uns les autres, et ne vous donnez pas entre vous des sobriquettes par sarcasme. C'est un fait très vilain de se faire une mauvaise réputation après avoir professé la croyance, et ceux qui ne se répandent pas sont du nombre des injustes. Aux hommes, nous vous avons créé d'un mâle et d'une femelle, et nous avons fait de vous des clans et des tribus, afin que vous puissiez vous reconnaître. En vérité, le plus honorable d'entre vous aux yeux d'Allah est le plus pieux parmi vous. Assurément, Allah est omniscient, très conscient. English translation. In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful. Surely all believers are brothers, so make peace between brothers and fear God, that mercy may be shown to you. O you who believe, let not one people deride another people, who may be better than they, nor let women deride another woman who may be better than they. And defame not your own people, nor call one another by nicknames. Bad indeed is evil reputation after the profession of belief, and those who repent not are the wrongdoers. O mankind, we have created you from a male and a female, and we have made you into tribes and sub-tribes, that you may recognize one another. Verily, the most honorable among you in the sight of God is he who is the most righteous among you. Surely, God is all-knowing, all-aware. Thank you.
Thank you, Imam Lukman. Now I'll kindly request Fahim Afan, the Assistant National Secretary of Public Relations of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community Canada, to introduce today's program and to invite some respected guests for their remarks.
Distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. The Government of Canada passed legislation to federally designate October as the Canadian Islamic Heritage Month in 2007. And it was recognized on a provincial level in Ontario in 2016 to recognize the important contributions that Muslims make in Canada and in Ontario. Muslim identity and Muslim culture have become an integral part of the Canadian fabric. Everyday Canadian Muslims exemplify values of generosity, community service, and kindness. Let's take some time to learn about Muslims and their contributions to Canadian society and honor their contributions in politics, academia, science, arts, humanitarian works, and sports. And let's learn about the rich history and culture of Islam. Celebrating Muslim History Month allows us to show our fellow Canadians who we are and how we are contributing to making Canada one of the best places to live in this world. We are celebrating Islamic Heritage Month this year at City Hall of Ottawa once again, with the help of the City of Ottawa and many councillors. I would like to invite the first guest speaker, who is the Member of Parliament and also the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Diversity, Inclusion, and Persons with Disabilities. Sorry. He's also the Member of Parliament from federal riding of Préférence-Dollard in Quebec. Mr. MP Dollard.
Thank you, Fahim. Merci beaucoup, Fahim, pour nous accueillir. Bonjour, hi, namaste, shalom, assalamu alaikum. It's great to see everyone here today, Your Excellency, members of Parliament, friends, and to the Ahmadiyya community and the City of Ottawa. Thank you for gathering us today in this space together to be here as one and to learn about each other, to build bridges. I'm here with the Honorable Mona Fortier, who all of you, I'm sure, know within the City of Ottawa, a long-time elected Member of Parliament and Minister is here with us today, along with Marie-France Lalonde, Parliamentary Secretary to Defense, and with other members of Parliament also. Thank you for being here. This is an important occasion for us to learn about each other and to build bridges. I want to highlight a few points and recognize a few things. The Muslim community has gone through a lot over the last years, and thankfully things are a lot better than they were back in 2001, when there was understanding was at a very low level. And since then, thankfully, there has been much increased understanding. And I want to note that it's important to recognize where things are due. And I am a member of a political family I'm with the party of Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Party. And sometimes we forget about the important work that my party has done to build bridges and to change the tone in terms of how minorities, equity-seeking groups are understood and appreciated. And thankfully, most of the people in this room have benefited from the clear change in tone that calmed things down and allowed us to understand each other, listen to each other, and appreciate each other. It's important also to note that our government has done important work to recognize moments in time that have been hurtful, moments of pain, such as January 29, when 6 Muslim men were killed in a Quebec City mosque. We have recognized that as a day of action to combat Islamophobia. But there are also positive stories where our government has invested $4 million to tell the stories of who Canadian Muslims are, because we need to know this community that has a long presence in this country. I don't want to take up any more time because I know there are others who will be coming to the podium, but I just want to give a note of gratitude, deep gratitude and thanks for everybody for being here today, giving your time. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you, MP Samir Zwari, for your kind words and telling us about the work which Liberal government is doing for all of us, especially fighting Islamophobia and all kinds of hates in Canada. Because definitely there is no place of any kind of hate in Canada. We need to work together to fight whether it's Islamophobia or anti-Semitism or any other hate. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite the newly elected member from Calgary Heritage, MP Shuv Majumdar. He is here with the message from the opposition leader, Pierre Poilievre.
Thank you, Fahim. My name is Shuv Majumdar. I'm the newest member of Parliament in Calgary Heritage. It's a real honor to be here with you. Prior to arriving in Parliament, I had an opportunity to serve as a foreign policy advisor to the former Prime Minister, alongside Ministers Jason Kenney and John Baird. You will all recall that over the tenure of the time in which former Conservative Prime Minister led Canada, we stood shoulder to shoulder with persecuted religious minorities across the face of the world, particularly Ahmadiyya Muslims in Pakistan and elsewhere. We've been so privileged to welcome them to Canada. I get to claim in Calgary the largest Ahmadiyya mosque in my hometown. I'd like to challenge the honorable member from Orleans to meet our objective and ambition in having as much of a place of worship. I'm sure that it's a vibrant worship here. It's no accident that it's called House of Light, because our universal values of love for all and hatred for none are shared across all political parties in Canada. But I'm here to represent the Conservative leader, the leader of His Majesty's official opposition, Pierre Poilievre. It's a pleasure today to be here on behalf of him. And so thank you so much for having me. Unfortunately, Mr. Poilievre is not able to be here today, but he asked me to share this message on his behalf. It's a pleasure to offer my warmest wishes to everyone gathering today to celebrate Islamic Heritage Month. Today's exhibition puts the best of Canada's Muslim community on display, showcasing the wealth of history and heritage that Muslim Canadians have brought to our neighborhoods for generations, enriching our country for the better. And as we celebrate Islamic Heritage Month in October, we honor the profound contributions Muslims have made to Canada and indeed to the world. We celebrate how the Muslim community has brought hope to millions of people through their vibrant culture and rich traditions. So thanks so much to Fahim Afan and for everyone at the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at for organizing today's wonderful exhibition and for your tireless work to support and encourage Canada's Muslim community. All the best as you come together to grow your faith and enjoy the comfort of your community. Let's bring it home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shove. So thank you for recognizing me, but I just want to explain to everybody that this is not a one-person job. We have a wonderful team here who worked day and night to put this exhibition, and I'm just a small part of that team. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Honorable Mona Fortier, who was the president of the Treasury Board and the member of parliament from Ottawa, Vanier.
I'm still the member of parliament for Ottawa Vanier.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just teasing you. I'd like to invite Marie-France Lalonde from the MP of Orléans, as we are neighbors and represent the Great Ottawa and National Capital Region, to join me. Assalamu alaikum. Merci beaucoup de nous recevoir aujourd'hui. I have to say, this is something where I remember my predecessor, Maurice Bélanger, who had brought forward in 2007 this motion on making October be proclaimed the Canadian Islamic History Month. And look at what we've done since then. We've really learned, we've showed, we've taught communities to not just make sure that the Muslim community is part of the community, but also recognize how hard-working community it is. Muslim Canadians represent incredibly diverse communities with origins from all around the world and continuously enriching the cultural, social, and economic fabric of Canada. Et vous savez, le mois canadien de l'histoire des Noirs, l'histoire islamique est l'occasion d'honorer les contributions significatives des Canadiens musulmans dans tous les domaines de la société canadienne, de la politique, au monde universitaire et collégial, en passant par les sports, les sciences, les arts et plus encore. Et chaque jour, les Canadiens musulmans illustrent les valeurs de générosité, de service communautaire et de bienveillance. Alors, tout au long du mois canadien de l'histoire islamique, nous avons l'occasion de découvrir, d'apprendre plus sur le rôle significatif et intégral que les Canadiens musulmans ont joué et continué de jouer et contribuer à notre société et notre pays. Alors, j'invite évidemment maintenant ma collègue Marie-France d'ajouter son mot parce qu'on est ensemble et elle a une très grande présence également dans sa circonscription.
Assalamu alaikum. Bonjour. Good afternoon. Listen, I think being here today is always extremely important for me. This month, as we celebrate, it's also a way for us to show and teach and continue to educate individuals about our different faith, but also what brings us together. And the main thing is love. And this is the message that years after years, we are here. Donc, c'est vraiment un plaisir pour moi d'être ici. Bonne célébration du mois de l'Islam. Merci.
Thank you very much. You saved my time. I was going to introduce Marie-France, but she doesn't need any introduction. All of our community knows her very well because we are always there bugging her all the time. Thank you, Marie-France. And I'm going to keep that challenge on that we are going to build the biggest mosque in North America in Ottawa soon. Okay. So the challenge is there. The next, I would like to invite a member of provincial parliament, Joel Harden, who is representing NDP and is the provincial parliament member from Ottawa Center.
Hi, everybody. Bonjour. Assalamu alaikum. C'est un grand honneur d'être ici parmi vous, comme député aussi au centre-ville, d'Ottawa Centre, mais aussi comme voisin. Parce que pour moi, toujours, quand ça commence avec d'être voisin, un bon voisin, to be a good neighbor. And I want to say, as I look at this beautiful map that I often appreciate when I'm in the Jean Piggott place that looks at all the wards of our great, huge city, the city that could fit the city of Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Montreal, inside this enormous city, which I don't think by accident is in the shape of a heart. Whenever we have had a crisis in our community, when I look up at my friend Eli El Shantiri's community in Dunrobin, when we had historic floods there, I remember seeing members of this mosque. I remember seeing members of the Canada Muslim Association, members of the Ottawa Muslim Association, being among the first volunteers to be there. I saw the same thing happen during power outages. I saw the same thing happen in the pandemic. I know in your faith, as you have taught me with generosity, that service and public service is integral. And this is one of thousands of lessons that Muslim neighbors have to share, not only with me, but with our entire country. So I want to echo what other speakers have said. Also bringing greetings, I should have begun by saying, from Marit Stiles, who's the leader of the official opposition in Ontario and very much here in spirit. But I also want to say, with our city, as many challenges as we may face, I have always seen Muslim neighbors at the front of the line whenever help is needed. So I want to take this opportunity. Je vais donner un grand merci à tout le monde qui est ici pour le travail de la mosque Ahmadiyya Jama'at à Lorient, mais partout de la ville d'Ottawa. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful celebration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Now, the next speaker who I would like to invite is actually the one who helped us a lot to put this event. Our team worked with me and our team for many, many weeks to put this event together. And I would like to invite the City Councilor, Laura Judith from Orleans, to come and say a few words. And also, if there is any other councilors, can you come to the front?
I am one step ahead of you, Fahim. I wanted to thank you so much for being part of this. I know Fahim said, you know, we partnered together to bring this wonderful annual event to City Hall. But I almost feel more the honor is for me to you in allowing me to participate in this, because our city is not a city of division. It's not a city of isolation. It's not a city of individual communities. It is a city that is diverse. It is stronger when we're together. And, you know, everybody says that, but it's true. We can overcome anything. And, you know, Mr. Hardin mentioned, MPP Hardin mentioned a moment ago about the different traumatic events that have struck our city. And I remember vividly, you know, when the derecho struck, Fahim and the, the Muslim community was the first to pick up the phone. I'm old, I say pick up the phone, send an email. You know, my kids will laugh at me. Send a Snapchat. But he was the first to reach out. Members of the mosque on Innis Road were reaching out, and they're at the front line when people need help, when there's a fire, when there's things that are happening. It is this community and all of our communities that bond together and work together and help each other, regardless of whether they're of the same religious or cultural background. And that's what makes Ottawa amazing, strong, resilient, and it makes us who we are. And that's who we have to strive to be every day, because the only other thing is, as we've seen in situations like the tragedy that happened in London, Ontario, and, you know, it can just, in one small second, all of that can be stripped away. You know, people could feel as if they're alone in a big city, that their community is being targeted, that they're isolated. So we have to be cautious that those incidences that happen, as traumatizing as they are, do not define us, and we overcome that. So I didn't have a speech, but I wanted to speak from the heart. And I did want to bring my amazing council colleague, David Hill, with me, and I will pass the microphone to him.
Thank you very much, Councillor Dudas. I'll just tell two quick stories. The first one, I received a phone call / text message / snap about 2 months ago when my ward, Barhaven, had 2 tornadoes. And we had about 150 houses that were quite badly damaged. And that night we found out that there were 27 families who were displaced from their home. They weren't going to be able to stay there. And one of the first communities that reached out was the South Nepean Muslim Center. They essentially offered, what can we do to help? We're here, please tell us. Can we come talk to people? Can we come provide them food? Can we provide them shelter? Thank you very much. The second story I want to talk about was when I was actually in Afghanistan in 2005, 2006. I was dependent directly on 80 Afghani families from their community who essentially allowed us to live and on many occasions saved our lives. The community, whether it be here in Ottawa, whether it be in other parts of the world, is strong, and I'm proud to be a part of that with you today. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thanks, David. And David, I used to live in Barrhaven, like I lived there for 20 plus years, and I left like just before you got elected. So our next speaker is His Excellency Sanjay Kumar Verma, the High Commissioner of India to Pakistan.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Friends from Ahmadiyya community, members of parliament, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a foreigner speaking in the Canadian, in the Ottawa City Hall. But let me tell you why I'm talking about it. One, of course, to give congratulations to the entire Islamic community for this month being celebrated as a month for Islamic heritage or Islamic history. Second, that I bring with me the wishes of world's largest population for a peaceful living. Third, Ahmadiyya community actually originated from India. It originated from a small town next to the city of Amritsar, Qadian. And the thing that you see on the board, love for all, hatred for none, came from there. So from all this account, I thought I'm eligible to speak to all of you here. And once again, I congratulate all of us sharing this platform or sharing this month of Islamic heritage, Islamic history. And we'll try to do our best in order to build bridges, which one of the members of parliament was talking about. We'll try our best to not only build the bridges, but those bridges which are weakening, to strengthen them. Thank you very much once again, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Verma. I would also like to acknowledge Her Excellency Amal Al-Muallami, the designated ambassador of Saudi Arabia in Canada. She was here, then she has to leave right away because something came up. Also, Mrs. Anzul Jahan, Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Canada. She's here with us. Dr. Mustafa Salim Yilmaz, Consular of Embassy from Turkey. He's here with us. Thank you very much for joining us. And also Dr. Khalid bin Rashid Al Mansouri, Ambassador of Qatar, was supposed to be here, but something came up and he couldn't make it, and he has sent his representative. So thank you very much from Qatar Embassy for joining us today. Next, I would like to invite the Chief Superintendent of Ontario Provincial Police, Chuck Wesley, to come and say a few words.
Respected moms, excellencies, members of the Ahmadiyya community, distinguished elders, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Chief Superintendent Chuck Wesley, and on behalf of Commissioner Thomas Carrick and the over 10,000 members of the Ontario Provincial Police, I extend our sincere greetings and thank you for your kind invitation to participate in this special commemoration of Islamic Heritage Month. I extend our special thanks to Fahim Afan and the organizing committee, as well as the volunteers and support staff that have made this afternoon's event possible. As we serve our diverse and culturally rich province of Ontario, we honor and respect the many faith traditions that are reflective of so many regions of the world. Furthermore, as this special time generates new opportunities for the sharing of traditions, cultural heritage, and dialogue, we in turn learn about each other, our fellow brothers and sisters, in the spirit of mutual respect and understanding. In this regard, we also embrace and celebrate the importance of partnerships and collaborations and the ongoing work of the Ahmadiyya community for your many contributions to growth and learning in our communities, which you've heard just a few examples of. At the Ontario Provincial Police, we also strive to embody these values of diversity and inclusion in serving our microcosm of the world throughout Ontario. We have a number of values of the OPP, and I think we can add love for all, hatred for none as an all-encompassing, we can just shorten it all up and just use that from now on. In this regard, we acknowledge and celebrate the successes of the Ahmadiyya community as we are also empowered by new friendships, inspired to make a difference with a renewed commitment to living the values of diversity, inclusion, and respect for all people in our global community each and every day. So as we gather here this afternoon in the spirit of learning and friendship, I encourage you to reflect on this special event as yet another milestone in the legacy of the Ahmadiyya community's contributions to our vibrant Ontario. Your noble efforts and actions here this afternoon speak louder than words, and it is acknowledgement of the strength and the diversity that is our Ontario and our Canada. Please also accept our very best wishes to you and your families in your observance of Islamic Heritage Month. I thank you once again for your kind invitation and wish you continued success as we look forward to many future opportunities for friendship and collaboration. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Chief Superintendent Wesley. Now I would like to invite Sean McGill, Executive Director of RCMP. He's here with the message from the Commissioner of RCMP.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think you're probably going to hear some similar comments to what you just heard from my colleague from the OPP. Good afternoon, bon après-midi. As Fahim said, my name is Sean McGillis. I'm the Executive Director of the Federal Policing Program at the RCMP. And I was asked by our Commissioner, Mike Duham, who unfortunately is unable to be here today because of some operational matters that he's dealing with. He's out of town at the moment. He wanted me to be here, and he does pass along his regrets because, trust me, if he could be here, this is where he would want to be right now. I'm honored to stand before you here today as a representative of the RCMP, and I'd like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this wonderful event that I've had a chance to meet, and for extending this invitation and providing us the opportunity during Islamic Heritage Month to come together and celebrate our shared values of unity, respect, and diversity. I think our collective presence here today is a testament to our commitment to fostering an understanding and collaboration between law enforcement agencies and the communities that we serve. It is through open dialogue and partnerships like the ones that we share with the Islamic community of Ottawa and across the country that we can build trust, bridge divides, and ensure the safety and well-being of all members of our society. Islamic Heritage Month and events like these play a vital role in our community by promoting cultural understanding, tolerance, and interfaith dialogue. Your commitment to education, outreach, community engagement is commendable, and it aligns with our mission as law enforcement to protect and serve the diverse population of this country from coast to coast to coast. As we gather here, it's important to reflect on the values that unite us. Values like justice, compassion, and equality are at the core of both our organizations. We are united in our determination to uphold these values, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of their background or faith, can live in a society where their rights are protected and their voices are heard. In these challenging times, when the world faces complex issues, including discrimination, extremism, and global crises, it's imperative that we come together as partners in building a better future. Our commitment to ensuring the safety and security of every citizen is unwavering, and we believe that through collaboration and understanding, we can address these challenges effectively together. I encourage all of us to continue the dialogue, to engage in meaningful conversations, and to work together to strengthen the bonds that tie us as a community. Let us celebrate our shared values and continue to build a world where diversity is not just tolerated, but embraced, where unity prevails over division, and where understanding transcends ignorance. En conclusion, j'aimerais remercier encore une fois le musulman Ahmadiyya Jama'at à Ottawa de nous avoir invités ici aujourd'hui et de leur engagement continu à favoriser l'harmonie et la coopération dans notre communauté. Ensemble, nous pouvons accomplir de grandes choses et je suis convaincu que notre partenariat continuera de faire une différence positive dans la vie des personnes que nous représentons et servons. Merci. Thank you. May peace and blessings be with you all.
Thank you very much, Before I invite the next speaker, I'm going to acknowledge some of the friends who are here. The representative from MPP Leslie Collard's office, David Gromowski from Canada, and Alkash Maharaj, and many other friends who are here from Arab Canada News as well. Thank you very much for coming and joining us today. Next, I would like to invite the Deputy Fire Chief of Ottawa, Louis Heinz Schmidt, who is here with the message from the Fire Chief of Ottawa, Paul Hunt.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm deeply honored to be here on behalf of Fire Chief Paul Hutt to celebrate Islamic Heritage Month with such a vibrant and diverse community. The exhibits here on display show the incredible richness of Islamic culture, and they remind us of the strength that comes from embracing our differences. As a representative for Ottawa Fire Services, I want to emphasize our commitment to diversity within our own department. We value the unique talents, perspectives, and experiences that each individual brings to our team. This event is a testament to the beauty of diversity, and it serves as a reminder that our city is made stronger when we come together, learn from one another, and work towards a common goal of unity and inclusivity. Thank you for welcoming us here today, and thank you for all you do to contribute to the tapestry of our city's culture. Let's continue to build bridges, foster understanding, and work towards a city that truly represents the mosaic of our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would also like to acknowledge Noel Bordeaux, the Associate Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion from Carleton University, Ottawa. Thank you very much for joining us. The last guest speaker which we have is Abid Jan from Ottawa Police. He is representing the Police Chief Eric Stubb, who was supposed to be here, but I think he's not feeling well, so he couldn't join us. So I'll ask Abid Jan to come and say a few words on behalf of the wonderful Ottawa Police, which we have here.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. So I'm Abid Jan, as you mentioned. I was not supposed to be talking tonight. I was expecting the chief to be here, but we were just playing takes up to the last minute, and he just couldn't make it. So one thing that I'm extremely impressed with is the way Fahim and his team organizes these events. I attended one of those events in Toronto, where there were 25,000 people under one big roof. I was really, really impressed. And not for a few hours, for 3 days consecutive. And look at this event and all these. I'm really impressed. Thank you so much for him, to you and your team. So I worked with Chief Stubbs on the notes, and I have them, but I'll just speak to the value of diversity and inclusion and what this particular month brings for us. So first of all, I would like to thank all those political leaders who are behind recognizing this particular month, but this is an opportunity to acknowledge the contribution of 1.5 million Muslims in Canada to the work that we do together, and then provides us an opportunity to get together, network, and learn more about Islam. Again, from the OPS perspective, this love for all and hatred for none, this is the crux of the diversity and inclusion and the openness in the Islamic message. So that directly translates to the work that we do within the law enforcement agencies, the diversity and inclusion work. So Ottawa Police has its own, what we call a drive-through strategy, and it's online available. We seek your input in that particular strategy. We have another community program open up at this particular point in time where we are seeking input from the community in our strategic plan. So if you have an opportunity, please visit our website and provide your feedback in there as well. The last one that I would like to share is the Community Equity Council that our Ottawa Police works with. And that council is our guide to incorporate all the DEI related information and perspectives in our strategies moving forward. So thank you so much for him again, and happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Abid Jan. Thanks for such nice words, everyone. And Thank you very much for taking time from your precious time to come and join us today. For the rest of the program, back to Salman.
Thanks, Fahim, and thanks especially to our esteemed guests for your kind remarks. It truly is heartwarming to hear your appreciation and actually makes us more committed to serve our communities even more. Now it's time for our keynote presentation by Imam Farhan Iqbal. Imam Farhan Iqbal is a missionary of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. He received his degree in Islamic theology and comparative religions and has a master's degree in religious studies from here at the University of Ottawa. He served as an imam in Ghana, the United States, and in Canada. Imam Farhan is active in many interfaith forums and events. He's a frequent speaker on television, radio, podcasts, and runs a YouTube channel, and has written several books. And if that's not enough, I know Imam Farhan is also a father of 4 children that I'm sure keeps him very busy. So I'd like to now invite Imam Farhan Iqbal to present his talk on freedom of belief and pluralism, a hallmark of Islamic teachings and heritage.
Thank you, Salman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Peace and blessings of God be upon all of you. First of all, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all of our guests, all of you who have joined us for this program today. Islamic Heritage Month is an annual exhibition that we have been holding for several years now. And here at City Hall, I believe this is already the 3rd year that we are holding this event. When I thank you for being here, it is actually part of my Islamic duty to thank you because there is a statement from the founder of Islam, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of God be upon him, where he says that a person who is not thankful to other human beings cannot truly be thankful to God Almighty. So it's part of my faith to thank you today. The fact is that the vast majority of people living in Ottawa are not Muslims. And one of the reasons why we hold this event is for them to know more about Islam and Muslims. This is an opportunity for them to come and join this program and see the exhibitions. And we have been having people walk in since 2 p.m. to visit the exhibition. And the other fact that I wanted to share with you is that despite being a minority in Ottawa, we are able to hold this event, and that is testament to the kind of society we have in Canada, the kind of tolerant society we have in Canada, where despite being a minority, we can hold these events. And as Ahmadi Muslims, we know this and we appreciate this more than others because there are places in the world, there are countries in the world where we are not allowed to do these kind of programs. So one of the objectives for this program today is to demonstrate to the people of Ottawa, especially those who might have fears about Muslims, that Islam is a religion of peace, love, reconciliation, and brotherhood. In fact, the literal meaning of the word Islam is peace. And we have said this many, many times before, and we keep on saying this because it's important to understand this, because a religion with the title peace, with the name peace,